What's up, guys and gals, all you cool cats and kittens out there in social media world? It's the ghost with the most, baby. The voice of AECW Professional Wrestling. I'm sWs, and this is Shootin' with Shane. Alright, guys, today's really fucking cool, and here's why. Damien Deville, my good brother here, is actually the first ever two-time guest on this show. So we're going to dub this episode Too Sweet. Alright, so you've been here before, brother.
Yes, sir.
So you know how this works, obviously. Alright. Before we get into this, because obviously we have a lot to discuss.
We do. Lots of goings on.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. A lot of changes. A lot of good stuff. Sir. Yes, sir. Alright. I know we were just discussing this before we started filming, but it feels like it's been a while since I've actually done the mothership show, right, man. Yeah. Like, it's really weird. Alright, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Yes, sir. Alright. Alright, so I want to jump right into this. Now, the last time that you were on this show, you had yet to win your first AECW championship.
Yep.
You fast forward about a year, if not a little longer, you would go on to have not only an amazing Eternal Excellence Championship run,
thank you,
but you would go on to have one of the best ongoing feuds and multiple series of matches with Johnny Crisis.
Yeah.
And you actually won the championship in a match with Johnny Crisis. Mm-hmm. So in a way, it all came full circle. You want to take us down the journey of becoming Eternal Excellence Champion into where we're going to go in a little bit?
Yeah. Was it November last year when I actually won it? And of course, you know, Crisis said he was taking time off. He did the whole little left the boots in the ring thing, and we shook hands, and you know, went about my business. And fast forward some months, and Johnny surprises us all and comes back. Mm-hmm. And the way he did it was pretty questionable. Looking back, I get it, but it ended up, you know, we've been going at it pretty much all year now.
Yeah. Since the return of AECW, pretty much,
and all over the building, you know, it's been a hell of a feud. I'm glad it's over. I don't know quite where we stand. I know after the match, he took the belt from me and handed it back.
I was going to ask about that. The kneeling with the title, more like, hey, you earned it, you know what I mean?
And you know, my thinking is, you know, Johnny, we've been here before, you know, so
Were you skeptical at the time?
Absolutely. I'm still skeptical.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we've done this road, you know, so I guess we'll just have to see where it goes. But, and unfortunately, later that night, I lost the title. But it's temporary.
Yeah.
Temporary.
Now, I know before we get into you losing the championship, I know I've went on record many a times and said that one of the most brutal and violent matches I've seen in AECW history thus far since being with the company was the Fans Bring the Weapons.
Yeah.
I would definitely throw your guys' first ever AECW Last Man Standing Falls Count Anywhere. Obviously, the stipulation Falls Count Anywhere was added to that match due to the fact, like you had mentioned previously, you had to chase Johnny.
I had to chase him all over the building one night. All night long. All over the building.
Yeah. So adding that stipulation, I thought, was the best thing you could have done for that match. Not you personally, but for that match, because that right there, the feud was going to be settled. It was going to end that night. There was no place to run, no place to hide. You know.
Right. I like to think we left it all in the ring, but only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think that was by far your guys', after watching your guys' feud for as long as I have, for it to be cemented into like a legacy almost, if you will, right there.
Right.
I mean, phenomenal match. So props to you, brother.
Thank you.
I think, you said it best when you guys left it all on the line. There's no doubt in any of the fans' mind or any of the boys in the back. I think, you know, everybody who saw that match knew this is the main event.
Yeah.
But then you fast forward to 5 minutes after the bell, And we find out yet again we get
how quick
another
things can change.
main event.
Yeah.
And in that moment, like you said, things change. So
Yeah.
go ahead and walk us through that real quick.
You know, I'm celebrating my victory, and the next thing I know, the gold standard's bringing you out. Battered. Apparently they got a hold of you
Yeah.
already. And I was basically forced to defend my title and our honor. I
Yeah.
look at it like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how we grew up, man. You mess with one clique member, you're
You mess
messing
with
with them
another.
all,
I
bro.
know that's
So
right.
too sweet
Yes,
forever.
sir.
And unfortunately, that's a lesson the gold standards don't have to learn the hard way.
And you know, and I think that is the thing they're going to have to learn, man, because, you know, in that night, you know, and I still feel bad, you know, the fact that maybe I did put my foot in my mouth with the champ a little too much. Maybe I did let him get in my head maybe a little too much. But you know me, man, like you said, I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to cower
and I
down.
don't expect you to.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Absolutely.
But I just hated the fact that I had to put, you know, I was that siding factor. But then the coward, you give him the match, but the coward, you know, he kicks me any damn way, basically.
And he kicks you any damn way.
So it was really, you know.
And not only do I give him a match after going damn near 30 minutes with chairs, kendo sticks, chains, tables, you name it.
Yeah.
Went through hell with Crisis. And
All through a hip injury at the
through
same time.
a brutal hip injury. And it still took the entire gold standard to get the job done.
Because anybody
They
who
had
saw
to
the match
bring
knows
the
how it
whole
ended.
crew to get the job done. Even when I was bruised and battered. So when
Does it not show
100%,
what the cowards that they are, though?
how do they think this is going to grow?
Look how the match ended.
100%.
If anybody saw it on the live stream or anybody saw it on YouTube, which you can find on Gonzo's Sports Room, by the way, guys. But if anybody was sitting in the audience live, they know how the match ended.
Mhm.
You were in control of the match.
Absolutely.
You were being a man of integrity.
Absolutely.
You gave him what he asked for. After a 30-minute
I
plus
didn't
battle,
want to give him what he asked for,
but you did it because in that moment you had to do what you had to do.
I had to do what I had to do.
But yet then Jordan Bell, the guy who just talks way too much, decided that he wanted to hit you with the AACW World Heavyweight Championship and basically hand over his prophet a championship that you had actually earned.
He didn't deserve it.
No.
He don't deserve that
No.
title, and I will bring that title back where it needs to be. That's the bottom line.
I want to bring up a couple guys real quick. I want to bring up 3 guys. Because obviously you know how tight you and I are.
Mhm.
I think AACW has learned how tight we actually are. So I
It's
don't think
no
it's a
no
secret anymore.
If you don't know,
Now you know. But I'm going to bring up 3 guys. Actually, I'm going to bring up 4 guys. First guy I want to bring up is Christian Cash. Obviously, same in gold. Take down Golden Standard, Golden Prophecy.
Mhm.
Relationship with Christian and friendship with Christian.
I consider Christian a friend. A lot of respect for Christian. I admire him tremendously with his talent. But now I'm booked against him in his second trial, you know, and like you said, we both have the same goal.
Yeah.
So Justin thinks he's, you know, running the show here and he's got all this planned out. But what's stopping me from just going down? And I would never do this. But if we have the same goal, I'm supposed to stop Christian from getting to Justin? What kind of sense does that really make? You know what I'm saying? So he thinks he's got all of his cards played out. But what's stopping me from just going out there and laying down for the guy?
And letting Christian get the 1, 2, 3.
You know?
Continue the
Why
journey.
am I going to try to help Justin, so to speak, keep Christian from taking, you know what I mean? This don't even make sense. And this is what he wants to, you know what I mean?
Would you not want to try to go for the World's Championship?
Yeah, absolutely. And see, that's the thing. You know, it's a match now.
Or would you rather face somebody with more integrity than what the champ has?
If Justin doesn't want me to go out there and lay down for Christian, then if I beat Christian, I win a world title shot. That's the only way that's how we're playing ball.
Well, Justin,
You know
just
what I
like
mean? Justin, you thinks he's got all of everything planned out. This was a very stupid idea for him.
See?
Because now I'm putting you in a position, Bubba.
See, and that's the thing. Like you said earlier, if you don't know about the click, now you know.
Now you know.
Because it's the same thing. Like I told Justin, here a while back. You think you're in my head, but maybe I'm in yours a little deeper. I knocked on your door. You let me in. You caused this.
Absolutely.
You knocked on his door. He let you in. Christian knocked on his door. He let him in. I think Justin's little ship is starting to sink.
It's sinking. I knocked on the door. You let me in, and I'm about to tear your house the fuck up. That's what's going to happen.
Now, I want to bring up another guy. I want to bring up two guys. I want to bring up a couple guys that obviously you know how tight you and I are.
Mm-hmm.
Click for life. Become friends with a couple guys lately. They've done me no wrong. They've helped me out.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Bulletproof Posse. Chris Chaos, Ricky Most Wanted Guns. By the way, cheers, gentlemen.
Oh, we cheers in another one.
Yeah. Cheers to my boys in Bulletproof.
I guess I'll drink to that.
There we go. Hang on, before you actually answer this question,
Uh-oh.
I have something for you.
Bruh.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
I know that's right. I've only drank, so you're the third
I have
person.
yet to try this.
I know, and you're the third person I've actually drank these with, but here's the special thing. I've only drank the IPAs with two other people. You are the first one I drank the American Lager with them.
Really?
So, yeah.
Nice.
So before we get into Bulletproof here, I was going to say cheers, bro.
Cheers, bro.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad for an American Lager.
No, that's pretty good.
The IPA, man, a whole different beer.
I haven't had this is the first I've had this, and I have yet to try the IPA.
The IPA is definitely my favorite. But, all right, so let's get into Bulletproof Posse. So what's your opinion on it? So you've given your opinion about Christian, Ricky Most Wanted Guns, King Chaos himself, Chris Chaos. A guy who's actually been coming after you, been calling you out a lot.
Chris Chaos has called me out a lot, and that's cool. I get it, you know what I mean? But all I can say about the Bulletproof Posse is they get the job done.
This is true.
You know, they go out there and they stack bodies.
This is true.
So I like that. I gotta respect that. So, you know, I know you're cool with them.
Yeah.
I can't really say that I am cool with them. I can't really say that I'm not cool with them. But as far as in the ring goes, man, they get it done.
Yeah.
And that's all that really matters.
And, they've obviously, just like you and Christian, have stood up to the Golden Prophecy, have made it known that, hey, we're here.
And that's
we're not
another
backing
thing.
down.
That's what I said the other day on Facebook, man, when on the AACW page where they asked, what's Leonard going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Leonard don't need to do anything because the gold standard is creating enough enemies.
Yeah.
That the problem's going to solve itself. Yeah. You've got Christian Cash, me, and now the entire Bulletproof Posse. They're 4 or 5 deep now.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the gold standard obviously has a numbers game going on, but when you look at the number of enemies you're creating,
mm-hmm.
and the caliber of the enemies you're creating.
Yeah, quickly that wheel is starting to turn now, where more and more people are starting to understand, like, if these guys are willing to stand up for this cause,
they are creating a problem.
Yes.
And like I said, the problem will work itself out.
All right. So the last guy I want to bring up, obviously, Justin, has tried to get under my skin a little bit more. He's made some comments that I'm not quite comfortable with. I assured Justin he does not want to make this personal. But Justin has assured me, as the coward that he is, that he does want to make this personal by calling out who I consider my son,
mm-hmm.
Tanner Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts on Tanner?
Tanner's a good kid, man. I see nothing but bright things for him in AACW now that he's starting his venture in the ring. Tanner's your family. He's my family.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. And again, you guys don't want to play this game of making shit personal.
Because you're just making more and more enemies
I mean?
as you go along. Every time
Bruh.
I feel like him or Bell open their mouths, it's more and more enemies.
You know what I mean? This gang mentality that they're playing in AACW, This is high school bullshit to us.
Exactly. We done been down this road before, man.
Bro, don't play this game with the vets.
We know the outcome of this game, do we not?
Absolutely.
We've done been down this road
it's
since
literally
what,
already
grade?
written. They want to talk about prophecies.
Ours has been written since 5th grade.
Fucking written, bro.
5th grade. You know what I mean? That's how. See, that's the thing you guys don't understand. See, a lot of people say that when I was kicked in the head, that it knocked a screw loose. No, see, I want to rebuttal with this, and I've said this before. No, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. No. There is no screw loose. See, I want to thank Justin because that's what he apparently wants. He wants to be thanked. So thank you, Justin, for actually giving me my eyesight back to understand what bullshit that is actually coming out of your mouth that as you guys keep sipping on the same cup of Kool-Aid. Just saying, you don't understand what you're up against when it comes to Damien Deville, Tanner Kelly, Bulletproof Posse, and Christian Cash.
Absolutely.
You don't understand the caliber, like you said, brother, of like, and the wheel is turning.
It's turning.
It's turning quick.
It's turning very quick.
I wanna go here because, man, the last thing I remembered right before I got my head kicked off and spent 36 hours in the ER, and I want to throw a shout out and throw some love to my boy Tanner Kelly from the Kelly Club for sticking with me. Appreciate that. But man, when you wrapped your hands around that pencil neck little geek, if you will, you like my pun?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
When you wrapped your hands around the neck of Mr. Bell, man, he sure wasn't talking then.
He got pretty quiet quick.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
You know?
And then I remember getting kicked, but if that was how I was gonna get, if that was the last image in my head before I was put in an ER room, was your hands around his neck?
If I could go back, I would have popped his head like a pimple.
Yeah.
And I should have.
I remember him squirming and squirming and begging for the
heat of the
prophet's
moment.
mercy.
You know, I was probably concussed my damn self after that match. Shit was fuzzy as it was happening. It was almost like it was a dream state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you've had your bell rung, and everything going on right now doesn't seem real. That's how that felt to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's real, and it's gonna get real quick.
I think it's gotten real quick.
It ain't real yet.
It like man, going back to that wheel turning, man. How fast did you think that, like, you know, because obviously, you know, Christian's thinking, well, damn, I'm all by myself. I'm all alone here. You're probably thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then all of a sudden it was like, now you guys get put in this match because apparently, you know, Justin wants to throw his weight around as the first ever Grand Slam
I see
champion.
what he's trying to do. He's created two enemies, and now he's trying to drive a wedge in between us. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I was
But
going.
even, like I said, me and Christian, I consider Christian a friend. You know what I'm saying? He's a young student in the game. I talked with him, tried to give him knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So even if his plan was to succeed and he drove a wedge in between us, what's that saying? The friend of my enemy is my friend.
There you go.
So this whole Deville versus Cash, it's going to backfire on Justin.
Well, like you
Like
said,
I
man,
said, unless he says that I can have a world title and EE, I want them both on the line.
want them both.
I will go out there and I will lay down for Christian Cash, and he will pass his second trial that easy.
See?
That's what it's about.
Justin
You want to
wants
play
to
mind
think-
games? You want to play war games?
Right?
We're in war, Bubba.
Yeah.
You've made this a war.
Yeah. You've made it personal.
And
now for
I
a lot
am
of
the
people.
human weapon, and I will annihilate the entire gold standard one by one.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I've said. I cannot wait to see you knock them down one by one by one by one
Yes,
by
sir.
one until it's done.
It's going to happen.
Because here's the thing, you know, going back to
It ain't even about the titles anymore, you know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
no.
just extra shit that's going to
That's
come
the icing
along
on the cake.
with the gratitude of stomping these people's head in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
and I know what Justin's going to say, and I know what Mr. Bell's going to say, so let me go ahead and
I already
just beat
hear
you
all
to the
that.
punch
So
really
let me
quick.
just go on record and say, you know, they talk about knocking your screw loose.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go on record and say, that kick wasn't all that impressive, Bubba. I've been kicked harder.
Not to mention,
So bring that kick.
not to mention, he said he was going to do three things: shut me up, shut me down and keep me down.
I've known you for almost 30 years.
That's funny.
Ain't nobody shutting you up.
Nope.
You know what
I'm
saying?
a work with a mouth.
So scratch that off the list.
Yeah.
And anything else he's got planned,
No.
he might as well erase that list.
See, and that's the thing too, man, because I get what Jordan Bell's gonna say. I get what Justin's gonna say. Oh yeah, you're big talk behind your camera. You're big talk at your table, but you're not in here doing it. No, man, I'm not. No, because I'm not a wrestler. But what I am is I'm a friend and I'm a brother, and I've already told every member of the Golden Prophecy. You've asked me over and over and over, what happens when we knock down Deville? I'm going to help him back up. What happens when we knock down Christian? I'm going to help him back up. And the list goes on and on and on because, guys, here's the thing. This is now war. You wanted this. You wanted to make it personal with us. You wanted to make it personal with Christian. And then you wanted to throw Ricky Guns and the Bulletproof Posse into it. Okay, well, gentlemen, here we are. Here we are.
It ain't going to end well for the fool's gold standard.
The fool's gold standard. Like,
have you watched the news lately?
I haven't.
Price of gold's going down.
Oh, it's dropping really quick, too. Yeah, yeah. But going back to what you said, because I loved what you said, man, about how, you know, beating them, it ain't even about winning the championships at this point.
No.
It's not even about the championships. Like, this is more about pride at this point and proving a point.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, they're over here making it seem like, well, we're the greatest in the world because we have all the gold. Yeah, that's fine, but where's your pride? Where's your integrity? Where's your honor? You don't have that. And then at the end of the day, brother, I know you know better than anybody. Pride, integrity, and honor will always outcome.
It will. It
Like,
will. You know, you can look at, you got a win on me for the title, but how'd you get that win?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no honor in that victory.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, you ask that guy, and you know, he earned that title, and, you know, he had to do what he had to do, and whatever. But I do want to bring up, too, before we start winding this down, I want to go back to a couple matches. Out of this series with Crisis, what was your favorite one, man? From the moment you won the title in that triple threat match, which, by the way, man, like, I remember you calling me, and you're like, hey, are you coming tonight? And I was like, no, I can't make it tonight.
Yeah, that was like the one show you
that I couldn't make. And then I remember you calling me after, and you're like, bro, I'm the new EC champion. And I was like, dude, that's so awesome, blah, blah, blah. And like, we had that conversation and shit. But, yeah, out of Crisis, man, like, what's your favorite 3 matches in that? Or not favorite 3, but out of that series of 3, I should
it's
say.
tough. It would either...
You guys had solid stuff,
man. Every match was a banger. Johnny Crisis brought the heat every single time that we stepped in the ring. Much respect to Johnny Crisis, even though, like I said, we'll have to see how things play out with him. It's tough. I would say me in our triple threat with Crisis and Merc, where I won the title, it'd have to be right there with that last man standing match, man, because that was just a match where there was just so much build-up frustration, animosity, you know what I mean?
The running was done.
It was
were
put
over.
up or shut up, no place to run.
Yep.
And it's tough. But those two are neck and neck.
And then there's an actual iconic, I'm calling it an iconic photo because the reason I do is because it brought me back to my childhood there for a quick moment. I think you'll appreciate it and understand where I'm going with it. Austin, you know, chugging that beer. I remember calling the commentary and seeing you climb on that chair and sip that beer. And I saw the photo and I just thought to myself, like, man, that's like...
Because I think that
really
was
cool
only
moment.
like probably
like,
5-6 minutes into the match. It was early, but in that 5 and 6 minutes, like, we were already going at it.
I mean, once the bell rang, I mean, it was just war happened.
We were just out there on the outside, and I seen a bunch of beers sitting there on the table. I just whacked him with a chair, and I'm like, you know what, that beer sounds real good.
Right? Pretty damn good. I went there after a chair shot.
Yeah, I've actually went back. I've saved that picture. That is a cool picture.
I thought so too, man. It kind of takes me back to like the Austin days, where it's just kind of like those classic moments. It was like, you know, it was something that you can take, you know, not just, you know, the battle scars, I guess you could say, that you got from the match, but man, again, going back to that match, I will say, you know, to hype it the way I did, fans bring the weapons, because that match was brutal. I mean, that match was
Absolutely.
like, it brought everything that I thought was going to be as a fan. It brought
tried to rip
everything
his
that
ear
I thought.
off, bro.
I know. Man, when I seen you with the hook in the ear, I was like, hey, like, oh my God.
I don't
like,
even
this
know
is
where
real,
the
like-
chain came from, but at some point I looked down and seen this chain with a big ass hook on it, and it's like a light bulb went off, you know, and I'm like, man, he's got this big ass
hole in
I
his
bet
ear,
this
like-
hook could fit right in that hole.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that and I was like, holy shit, like, oh my God, like, we just went extreme.
I
with
think
this
the
shit,
entire
like-
crowd was, oh my God.
I think the whole crowd was, oh my God, from the, I mean, because like you said, man, once that bell rang, I mean, you two just fucking locked horns
Oh, yeah.
like fucking bulls, man.
Yep.
I mean, you guys just
I
went
think
like
we
you did,
literally
two
started
verses
off
and
just throwing.
yeah, I mean, you guys were going.
Yeah.
I want to take the shot real quick, and then I want to run down some names, and I just want to get your quick opinion.
All right, yeah, cheers now.
All right, cheers. All right, the first name.
It's the most I've drank in like 6 months.
Right. Welcome to sWs, baby. You know what we do. So, all right, I'm going to run down a handful of names. You can just give me your opinion on them, Mr. DeVille. Fuck it. Let's just start at the top of the list. Justin Terrell.
He's a scuzz bucket, man. You know what I mean? Man, when he was with Christian and they were doing their thing as a tag team, I was all about those guys. Both
Same.
of them.
Same. Good friend.
But the way he just, like, abruptly turned on Christian, you know what I mean? And I think we all seen trouble there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Jealousy, I think, was starting to come in.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, his whole turn, man, I've just lost so much respect for Justin, man. Like,
Well, I mean, he didn't just turn on the people, you know, he turned on boys in the bag, you know.
Absolutely.
He turned on, you know, you, turned on me, turned on Christian. Like, guys that talked to him, was able to go up and talk to him. And now you try to go to Justin, even walk anywhere near Justin. And, you know, God forbid he's got his golden puppets with him, you know,
Right.
that just kind of surround him, you know.
if you can,
You know, you can't even give it like 10 feet within Justin nowadays. Even, you know, God forbid if you look at his direction.
which is probably good for him.
for some
at
people,
the
yeah.
time being,
yeah,
for the time
yeah.
being. That's
I think that's
probably a
why the
good thing
puppets
for
are
him.
lined up
Yeah.
the way they are.
Yeah.
So there's Justin. Let's go, Mr. Bill, the marvelous one himself.
Just a talker, man. Just a talker.
Just too much.
Just
man.
a talker. He says so much. How many matches has this guy had? Really? Go back and think. How many times have you seen this guy wrestle? Who's he beaten? You know what I mean? He's a talker.
Then what did you
He's
say?
good at what he does.
What was his
which is
highlight
talking.
of his career though?
The highlight of his life is hitting me in the head with the title. You know what I mean? You go on his social media, that's his profile picture. That's the highlight of his life. You're welcome for that, Mr. Bell.
Yeah, there you go. So Mr. Bell.
I'll return the favor, though.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait to see it too. Let's go, Travis Southern.
I gotta respect Travis for his old school veteran status.
Do you think he's mixed up in too much shit right now?
I think he is. I think he's just kind of got drug into something that came into something bigger.
I don't
than he
think
thought
Travis
it was
needs to
gonna
be in the gold.
He doesn't
gold
need to be
standard.
there, man.
I think he just needs to tell these guys to stick it and go and do his own thing.
I
because I
absolutely
think
agree.
he's too damn good.
Because you won't hear me say this about too many people, but if Travis would do that, he could easily become the world champ again.
I think they're using Travis Southern
Absolutely.
as muscle.
Absolutely. Muscle,
knowledge.
Travis is being milked
Yeah, he is.
by the fool's gold
He is.
standard.
He is. Let's go, Kai. Let's go, Hawaiian Hitman. Another big son of a bitch.
That is a big
That is a
dude.
big man. That
That is a
man
big
could, again,
dude.
another guy that doesn't need to be.
No,
I think he's
because
drinking the same Kool-Aid
this
again,
guy,
like
he's
the rest
definitely
of them.
drinking the Kool-Aid, because look at this guy and tell me he couldn't be successful
Thank
in
you.
this business.
You
without
don't
the fool's
need the
gold
fool's
standard,
gold
bro.
for that.
You could bench press a Buick, and you think you need these group of clowns running around
Yeah,
with you?
exactly.
Bro?
These
Go
guys
be,
that are-
go
what are they
be
really
who
doing?
you need to be. You don't need that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Let's go Jake Elliott.
Who? Next question.
Let's go Brody
Irrelevant.
Botkins. Let's go Brody Botkins.
Brody Botkins. I guess you could say he's the official monster of AACW.
Arguably the biggest and baddest man of AACW.
No question.
Very, very influenced.
Going
for
back,
me, Bam Bam.
I can't wait till somewhere down the line, and I know it's going to happen. When everything implodes on the gold standard, I can't wait to see a battle between Brody and the Hitman. Bruh.
Because you know it's going to implode.
It's going to implode, man.
Look at what we just
Number
discussed.
one, there's too much ego.
Look what we just discussed. Travis Southern is being milked for his knowledge, his ring ability, his veteranship. Travis, man, they don't care about you, dude. You're a pawn in Justin's little game.
Justin don't care about none of y'all.
No.
None of y'all.
As long as he keeps the
This
championship.
is about Justin, and y'all are being manipulated for Justin's well-being.
Mm-hmm. And that goes back to Kai, Hawaiian Hitman.
Don't
Again,
catch
like
an ass
you
whooping
said,
because you're
man,
being manipulated, fellas.
This is true. But going back to the Hawaiian Hitman, another guy again, like he's getting used. I'm sorry.
He is.
But I think he's being manipulated. He's drinking too much of that damn Kool-Aid out of that same cup, and he
is, man. Because that guy could be, man, so much potential there, bro.
Hey, Hitman, think about it. I'm just saying, Golden Prophecy, it's,
But back to Brody, man, like, he is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's one of my only few losses in the company. It wasn't a clean win for Brody. I was
actually there sitting ringside for that one, yeah.
Pretty neck and neck battle.
Mm-hmm. Which he likes to talk it up that he just stamped you out, it was what it was. Yeah. But he forgot that I sat ringside too and watched the match, as in, others.
If it wouldn't have been for his little weasel, what's his name, Jake, that guy, slipping him the chain, then it probably would have been a whole nother outcome.
Yeah. But according to Brody, like I said, he stamped you out.
Man, you can't deny the talent Brody's got.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Another guy. As a competitor, I have nothing but respect for him, but right now, I can't respect none of them guys.
And I think it goes back to, going back to, Brody with, like, the whole, like, again, you are being, like, brainwashed, man. Like, you don't need this. Bring heart back to AACW.
That's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what.
Do you not understand that? Is that what
I
it
do.
is though?
I get it, man.
Like AACW, like the heart of AACW is you and Christian and Bulletproof Posse right now, and Tanner and myself and Jay Chog and Leonard Pig. Mm-hmm. We are the guys that like have a voice, man, and we use it. Like we all play a role in this.
Right.
But thank you to you and Christian and all you guys, man, for playing the bigger role, obviously, because again, like I'm a pro wrestler, man. You guys are in there doing the job. You know what I mean? Like, thank you guys. Because, man, you guys got to go in there and do what you guys got to do, man. I mean, there's a line in the sand drawn. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And I'm about to jump over that
was
line
officially drawn, man. I feel like that was officially drawn. Like, I really do. And again, going back to, I think that Justin doesn't understand that, you're not running this. You think you are.
He thinks he is. He thinks he's pulling all the strings, but I'm not a puppet, and you're not pulling my string.
Yeah, you're not going prophecy.
You know what I mean? Like, so he's got a rude awakening coming real soon.
Let me ask you this: if you could face, I want to go here. I want to do. Let me do a 3-part question. Let me do a 3-part. First question. Obviously, you've made it very clear that what is stopping you from being the degenerate that you are, and laying down for Christian.
I will lay down.
And letting him just run with it.
Wasn't it DX that Shawn and Triple H European title?
Thank you. You thought you got one over on the boys, but you really didn't get one over on the boys. Like
3 seconds is pretty quick. I can lay down and like I said, I don't have many losses on my record. But I will take a loss from Christian and I will lay down if this whole, like I said, I'm supposed to stop Christian from getting to Justin? What kind of sense does that even make?
And especially if you're getting nothing out of it.
Someone who I consider a friend.
And somebody that you want to see succeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're not getting nothing out of it, what happens? You bring a little bit of that Degeneration X out in you, and you're like, you know what? You think you're playing me, but in the end, I'm playing you.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you done made it clear, man. Look.
If I can't have a double title shot, I'm going to lay down for Christian Cash. I'm going on record right now. So all you people that are plan on paying money to see a 5-star match, because if me and Christian went out there and went at it, dude, we would tear that house down.
I went on record on exclusives and said it.
Tear that
match
house
of the night right
down.
there.
It's already one of the matches that the fans have went on record and say, we want to see this. You know what I mean? We had our little run-in in a battle royal a couple months ago where we locked up and went back and forth.
By the way, too, not to bring that up or cut you off, but in my commentary career with AACW thus far, phenomenal. The fact that something has been teased so much in my brain.
Right.
And I won't go into details what that shit is, but something has been teased. If you guys remember post, then you remember post. If you don't, then, well, sorry about your damn luck. But, yes, like, that was a great...
And it's not so much that we're teasing it. It's naturally just happening.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like, all you people that think you're going to fucking come see this 5-star match, don't get your hopes up. Because if Justin doesn't get me what I want, you're not going to get a 5-star match. You're going to get me laying down in the middle of the ring and letting Christian pin me, and he's going to move on to his 3rd trials. Because I want the kid to succeed. We have the same goal.
Thank you.
You know
it's
what
a
I'm
common
saying?
goal.
So it makes no sense for me to go out there and beat him up and beat him for what? To stop him from what?
If you win, what do you get?
Right. So
you
give me my double title shot. And I'll stop Christian.
Yeah, Justin.
You know what I'm saying?
Ball's in your court.
You know, this is a big, like I said, this is war, bro.
It is. And dude, I just want to say too, like, I love the fact that that you're able to go out there and be like, you know what? Wins and losses matter in this company, because they do. But you know what, man? We got the same common interest. We got the same common enemy, the same common goal. You know what? Hey, if there ain't nothing that's going to sweeten the pot for me to go out there and wrestle,
because
then
who
like,
is
why am I
more
going to go out there and wrestle? Like,
comfortable, or like you said, wins and losses matter, bro. But my record speaks for itself.
Exactly.
So I can take a loss.
Exactly.
And I can be good.
You can take, but you're not just taking a loss just to take a loss. You're taking a loss to help a friend.
Right, because is it
to
really
succeed.
A loss by letting him go forward? Is that really a loss? When we're fighting for the same goal right now, which is bringing down the gold standard, how am I losing either way in this match?
This is true.
How is Christian losing either way in this match? Because even if Justin grants me the title shots and we go out there and I beat him and I move forward and I go get those titles, that's still we still have the same goal here.
It's still a win. So it's still a win-win regardless.
So like I said, Justin thinks he's got all this shit planned out, man, but
well, Justin, I think that you need to understand, my friend, that, like I said, obviously you're not in my head. You're not in Deville's head. You're obviously not in Christian's head. Bulletproof Posse can't stand you and the rest of your golden puppets. So I guess all I can say, man, is you guys wanted this, and now you guys are going to get it.
Oh, they got it. They got it coming from
all
directions.
It is what it is now. I think it's in it now. You know what I mean? Like, Justin has said a lot of things to me personally. He's made it personal with me personally. He said a lot of things to you. He's put you and I in some situations that was uncomfortable for both of us. And you think that's all fun and games, but like I've told him before, thank you. Thank you. So I can finally sit there and watch you fall. 1, 2, 3.
He's going to fall. He's going to fall.
You know what I mean? Like,
hard.
It just... All right. So let's do this as we wind this down. Let me light this cigarette. So obviously, again, you've been here before, so I'll let you light yours. It's no secret I do shout-outs. Let's get these out of the way. So as Damien Deville, sir, you will actually be... Actually chose black for you, too. It just felt right for black.
Yeah.
But you are the first...
I'm in a pretty dark...
You're the first two-time
right
signer.
Where's my previous? Because I'm just going to put it ×2. Boom, boom.
All right, guys. So as my good brother Damien Deville signs the table for the second time, first ever second time signer, first ever second time guest. We dubbed this as a Too Sweet episode. So I want to give out a couple shout outs really quick, and then I'll let Deville have the floor. First shout out, I want to throw a shout out to Kelly Club. Too Sweet, son, I love you very much. Shout out to Christian Cash. Shout out to Bulletproof Posse. That's on site. Much love, boys. Too Sweet. Keep fighting the good fight. I want to give a shout out to Wally and Lindsay's Flea Market. I would like to give a shout out to, most importantly, Shane Kauser and AACW Professional Wrestling. And more important than that, not taking anything away, but I just want to give a shout out to all the SWS fans. Thank you guys so much. I know Deville and I came down here to do this episode, and I was telling him before we started filming, it feels like it's been ages since I have sat here because I have so much other stuff going on. But this will always be my home. This will always be my seat. And I am just very appreciative of the fact that your signature will actually be the last signature on the table.
Really?
Because the very next episode, we're going to change some stuff up, guys. So, table's full. We're done with the table. So, there's going to be a new change-up, new setup. So, brother, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks
again, thanks for doing your double signature, man. But, guys, that's my shout-outs. Again, thank you guys, everybody. So, with that being said, I guess it's only fitting if we do one for one of our childhood heroes.
Oh, yeah, I think I know where you're going with this.
So, with that being said, Mr. Deville, my good brother, Too Sweet, in honor of one of our childhood heroes, last call for Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. I almost wore that shirt today, too.
All right, Deville, the floor is yours. Anything you want to say, my brother?
Like to hit the shout outs on the click, Travis and David. Awesome hanging with you guys last weekend. That was epic.
Yes, yes.
Fuck the Marion High School reunion. We had our own.
We had our own. It was too sweet.
Man, I've said pretty much everything I got to say. Like I said, unless I'm told and promised that I can have a title shot for both of them titles, Justin, I'm not stopping Christian for you. Why? So, give me my title shots and I'll stop him. It's simple as that. Otherwise, I wish Christian all the best. But man, I've said pretty much everything I needed to say on this show, man. As far as the Fool's Gold go and AACW and the happenings, I do want to say to the fans, stay posted with AACW. We got some big news coming in for our November show. You ain't gonna want to miss that. Other than that, man, yeah, I've said everything I got to say today.
Right on, brother. Well, man, again, first ever two-time guest on SWS.
You know what? Pretty soon it's going to be 3 belts DeVille.
I know. I mean, how do we go from 2 belts DeVille to 2 times DeVille
to 3? You're going to have to start walking to the ring with me and carrying some of these titles, bro.
I know. It's crazy, right? All right, guys. I'm SWS. Shootin with Shane. My good brother, Damien Deville.
Yes,
the
sir.
rightful and only Eternal Excellence Champion.
Believe
Justin,
that.
Your days are numbered, my friend.
Believe that.
With that being said, we're going to end this Too Sweet episode on, and that's just Too Sweet.